Hi, boys and girls. Mrs. Jackson here. We're going to finish our narrative today. We've been working the last couple days on writing a narrative, and I've heard several of yours, and you guys are doing such a fantastic job. Remember, in our narrative, we want to have an opening with a topic sentence that tells what your writing is going to be about, several details in the middle, and your ending, your conclusion, which takes you back to your beginning, your topic sentence. So if you're talking about a picnic, like we did our shared writing about, then your ending sentence or conclusion wants to talk about wanting to do another picnic again sometime, or go back to the same place that you talked about. So let's look at our objectives. Our learning targets, let's see, here we go. Our learning targets are I can add details to my writing, and I can add an illustration to go with my writing. And our success criteria is I will add details and an illustration to my writing. And the relevance is that adding details and an illustration helps the reader understand your writing better. So we're going to focus today on adding anything that we need to add and adding an illustration to go with our words. Remember, your words and your pictures should match, okay? So let's look back at what we wrote, okay? We wrote for our shared story. On Saturday, my family went on a picnic. We had fun. We drove to Seashore State Park and we had a picnic by the water. My son Travis met us there. We ate hot dogs, hamburgers, and corn on the cob. We talked and we laughed. It was a windy day. The wind blew the napkins and paper plates all over the place. We had to run around and catch all of the trash. It was so much fun. I can't wait to go back to Seashore State Park. So I included a topic sentence to open and details in the middle and a conclusion. So when you are looking at editing or adding to your narrative, I want you to think about blending those sounds. Are all your words spelled correctly? You can get a parent to help you and go over your paper. Make sure that your words are spelled correctly. Blend them together. And then you want to add some details. Make sure you have at least 6 good sentences. So that's an opening, a closing, and then you need 4 more sentences, okay? So that you have 6 sentences altogether. You can do more sentences if you want. Now we've added to our story, and I like the way our story is. And we have more than 6 sentences. So we are good with our number of sentences. But if you haven't come up with 6 sentences yet, I want you to think about, where did you go? Who did you go with? What did you do? What made it so fun? Okay? Did you eat? If so, what did you eat? Did you ride some rides at a carnival or a park? Or were you at Ocean Breeze? What did you do? Did you go to the beach? Did you go swimming? Okay? What did you see while you were there or hear? Did you hear animals? Were you at the zoo? Did you hear birds or see birds? So think about all those questions as you're adding details to your story. Now we're going to go ahead and make an illustration to go with our picnic story. So I'm going to draw some grass to start with. Okay. And I'm going to draw a picnic table. Okay. And on my picnic table, I'm going to draw some napkins and plates, okay? Okay. All right, and then I'm going to draw some plates and napkins flying in the air. Okay, because that's right, we said we had to chase after them. So then I'm going to draw a person here. Okay. So I drew a person grabbing the napkin here. Okay, and we also had some water. We had some water here, and I'm going to draw a few birds up here. Okay. All right. So I drew a picnic table, the grass, a person, and that person is grabbing a napkin. And I'm going to draw, because I said my family went with me. So I'm going to draw a couple more people here, okay? And Travis has real short hair. So we'll draw him right here. Okay. All right. So I drew my family, a picnic table with plates and napkins. We're grabbing the napkins that are flying around in my story. And there's some water, okay? So I want you to think about what you can add to your story today to finalize it, okay? At least 6 good sentences. Think about all those questions. Where were we? Who were we with? What did we see? What did we do? Okay? And then make sure that your picture or illustration matches the words that you wrote, okay? Remember, our I can statements are, I can add details to my writing, and I can add an illustration to go with my writing. So that is what we are focusing on today, if you need to add anything to your story. Tomorrow, we are going to share our stories with one another during our class. So I cannot wait to see what your final story tells me about the fun things that you did. You guys did a wonderful, wonderful job on your narratives this week. So I'm excited to see the final product.